The saddest betrayal in the Bible, how Isaac was deceived by his own family. What would you do if the people you trusted the most, the ones you loved with all your heart, betrayed you? Today's story is not about enemies or strangers. It's about family. A father tricked, a brother betrayed, a mother who lost the son she loved forever. This is the heartbreaking story of Isaac, Rebekah, Jacob, and Esau, and how one decision shattered a family forever. And here is a question I want you to keep in your mind as we go through this. Was this destiny or deception? Isaac had two sons, Esau and Jacob. Esau, the firstborn, was strong, rugged, and a hunter. Jacob, quiet, thoughtful, a man who stayed among the tents. But the real tension, Isaac loved Esau, Rebekah loved Jacob. But right from the beginning, this family was divided. And then something strange happened before they were even born. God told Rebekah, 2 nations are in your womb, and the older will serve the younger. Genesis 25 verse 23. Already destiny was at work. But instead of trusting God, this family tried to control the outcome themselves. Have you ever seen favoritism in a family cause division? What would you do if you felt less loved than a sibling? Comment your thoughts below, I read every response. One day, Esau came home starving. Jacob was cooking stew. And in a moment of weakness, Esau made a deal. Give me some of that stew. Jacob replied, first sell me your birthright. Genesis 25 verse 31. And Esau said yes. For a bowl of stew, he gave away his inheritance. A decision he would regret forever. Sometimes we trade what is eternal for something temporary. Have you ever made a decision in a moment of weakness that you later regretted? Would you have made that trade if you were Esau? Years passed. Isaac grew old and blind. He knew his time was near. So he called Esau. Get your equipment, your quiver and a bow, and go out to the open country to hunt some wild game for me. Prepare me the kind of tasty food I like and bring it to me to eat, so that I may give you my blessing before I die. Genesis 27 verses 3 to 4. This wasn't just any blessing, it was everything: prosperity, authority, inheritance, destiny, legacy. But Rebekah overheard. And instead of trusting God's promises, she made a plan, a dangerous one. She told Jacob, pretend to be your brother. Jacob hesitated. What if my father touches me? I would appear to be tricking him and I would bring down a curse on myself rather than a blessing. Genesis 27 verse 12. Rebekah said something chilling. Let the curse fall on me. Just do what I say. Genesis 27 verse 13. She dressed Jacob in Esau's clothes, covered his arms with goat skin to feel hairy like Esau, and Jacob walked into his father's room to lie. Isaac asked, who are you, my son? Jacob replied, I am Esau, your firstborn. Genesis 27 verse 19. Imagine that moment. A father, vulnerable, blind, trusting, and his own son lying to his face. Isaac hesitated. The voice is Jacob's, but the hands are Esau's. He asked again, are you really my son Esau? I am. Genesis 27 verse 24. And then he gave the blessing. A blessing of abundance, power, and authority. May nations serve you, and the people bow down to you. Genesis 27 verse 29. It was done. The blessing was given. irreversible the deception was worked. Do you think Jacob was wrong even if the blessing was meant for him? Would you have gone through the deception? Then Esau returned. He prepared the meal, entered his father's room, and he said, "My father, please sit up and eat some of my game." Genesis 27 verse 31. And everything fell apart. Isaac trembled violently and said, "Who was it?" Then that hunter came and brought it to me. I ate it just before you came, and I blessed him. Genesis 27 verse 31. Esau cried out, "Bless me, me also, my father." Genesis 27 verse 34. But it was too late. The blessing was gone. And Esau wept loudly, bitterly. This is one of the most emotional moments in the Bible. A broken son, a shattered father, and then anger. Esau said, "I will kill Jacob." Genesis 27 verse 41. Rebekah heard this and made one final decision. She sent Jacob away. "Run, leave, go far away." And here is the tragedy. Jacob left, and Rebekah never saw him again. The son she loved was gone forever. Was Rebekah protecting Jacob or destroying her family? What would you have done differently in her place? Isaac lived on with the weight of betrayal. Esau lived in bitterness, and Rebekah, silence, no reunion, no closure, no goodbye. This is the cost of deception. Even when it works, it still breaks everything. From the story in the book of Genesis, we learn first, God's plan do not need our manipulation. Rebekah believed in the promise but didn't trust God's timing. Second, favoritism destroys families. Isaac and Rebekah's divided love created rivalry. Third, deception has lasting consequences. Even when Jacob received the blessing, he lost his home. Fourth, emotional decision can cost everything. Esau's hunger, Jacob's ambition, and Rebekah's fear. Now I want to leave you with this. What would you do if you were Jacob? Would you lie for a blessing? If you were Esau, would you forgive your brother? If you were Isaac, how would you respond to betrayal? And if you were Rebekah, would you risk everything for what you believe is God's will? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This is one of those stories where there is no easy answer. If this story made you think, if it challenged you, if it moved you, make sure to like, subscribe, and share, because some of the oldest story still reveals the deepest truths. And I will see you in the next story.